Hold on, Caro, hold on.
Tony,
So many Shambas to shape. Welcome.
to Shamba Shape Up.
We have traveled all over East Africa to find hard-working farmers,
We want to celebrate them while giving them the knowledge they need.
so they can adapt and make their farms more productive even while the climate changes.
We want to support them to get better yields and increase their income
We will see how farmers can benefit from our experts' advice.
while learning from each other in so many ways.
Join us on these journeys and share in the farmers' experiences.
On the Shamba Shape Up Safari.
Here, Caro, dig there. Sure to get some water. Still thirsty? Welcome to Shamba Shape Up.
This week we are in Mahoo, in Taita Taveta County.
My name is Joseph Tokiti. I've been farming for more than 10 years. What made me go into farming is about earning, making money.
Hodi!
Hodi hapa, wenyeji mpo?
Hodi!
Karibu.
Ah,
Karibu sana. Karibu wageni.
Veronica,
How are you?
Fine, about
Fine.
you?
Hello, Veronica.
Yes.
Fine.
What is the name of this village?
Mahoo.
Mahoo.
So we are in Mahoo, Mireni area.
Taveta.
Taveta.
How is the farming here, Veronica?
In this area, the farm is very hard because of rain.
The last rain here at this area, I think is about 3 years.
So climate change has affected
It
you
has
so
affected
much.
this area. The challenges here, there are so many.
That's
So
why
many.
we are here.
Thank you.
So you let us pitch our tent,
Yeah.
and then we join you.
Good.
Okay.
All right. Later.
We'll see you later.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
The day I had Shamba Shape Up, they are coming at my Shamba, I was happy because I knew that I can learn something. Because sometimes I saw it in the TV, people are learning there.
Cattle farming in warm regions has its challenges, the most common being parasites and how to control them. Joseph.
Yeah,
Wow, very nice cows.
good.
It must be quite a challenge feeding
very
them.
big challenge. Very big challenge.
Okay, come with me. There's an expert waiting for you to talk to you about how to feed them.
So,
Yes, let's go meet him.
Yeah.
Come on.
let's go.
Joseph's pride and joy is his cattle, but these come with a lot of challenges. We have called in David from CKL Africa to help him manage this better. The cows that you keep here, what do you keep them for?
Mainly for beef.
So you
Collect.
usually sell your cows.
I usually sell my cows.
Any challenges so far?
To get the feed here is a big problem because scarcity of rain. So you can't get the grass to feed the cattle in an easy way
When was
because
it?
you must go very far. Secondly, diseases. There are this disease caused by ticks, fly.
How has those two challenges affected your cows?
Let's start with the feeds. The feeds here, they have make me to get maybe low yield. The cows, if you bring maybe somebody to buy,
Yes.
he cannot buy to the right price because the animal itself
Doesn't look good
does
at
not
all.
good at all. In case of the diseases, the same thing.
Have you lost any cows to diseases?
Yeah. Some 3 months to 4 months ago, I lost one cow here. Very good one.
Oh, that's not good.
And it was a kind of a disease. In these diseases, sometimes myself, I have a small knowledge. I used to go to the chemist there, I buy some drugs, and I came and treat them myself. Because sometimes, even myself, I can think this cow may have a certain disease, or the way I see it.
And you inject them yourself?
Myself.
So you also
If the disease comes so critical,
Yeah.
it is the time I consult a veterinary, so I save something.
Is that advisable?
It is not advisable, Tony, because the first thing you can do what we call a wrong diagnosis.
I do guesswork.
Yeah, you just do guesswork. That's why you are saying you treat, then after it doesn't recover,
It does not recover.
you call a vet. Always advisable, when you see some symptoms in your animal, consult a vet.
From looking at them,
Yes.
what can you tell us?
Their body condition is not very good. You can see the cows are doing a lot of wastage. It's always advisable you cut into small pieces and feed the animals. Yeah. When the feeding is correct, even the incidences of diseases will be low.
Or how about water?
All these animals are not able to access water. You should ensure that whenever they are feeding, they can access water freely.
What kind of nutrients should the cows get?
The first thing is about the quality of the grass, then again about the concentrates. You can give maize germ to the cattle. You can also give supplements, include mineral supplements and other supplements which normally assist in digestion.
Exactly.
Yes.
So do you use any minerals, any nutrients for your cows?
No.
We normally have salt specifically
Oh.
for beef animals. This one is called the Maklik beef. This one has got all the elements which the beef animals require for their well-being of their bodies. You can give it as a free choice where the animals have a space where they go and lick the salt to their satisfaction.
When giving maklik beef, pour a good amount in a salt trough or cut bucket and allow the animal to lick to its satisfaction. Okay, let's deal with the next challenge.
Yes.
Parasites.
By the look of the skin, you can see that the air is raised. So that should tell you that
There is something wrong.
Yes, it needs some deworming. So normally deworming should be done after every 3 months.
For calves between 1 to 6 months, deworm every month. For calves above 6 months, deworm every 3 months.
So whenever you are deworming, it's very key and it's very good to know the weight of the animal. Yes, yes.
Joseph, how can you know the weight of this cow?
Maybe by just guesswork. Maybe 200 kg.
David, how can a farmer know the correct weight for this animal?
We have a tape measure called a weight band. So you will find there is a scale for the beef animals and there is a scale for the dairy animals. So you normally tie the weight band around the girth. You read the scale. So in that case, you'll be able to know the correct dosage of the dewormer you are giving it. And even when it comes to selling your animal, you'll know the live weight of the animal. Yes, yes.
That's good.
When you are doing deworming, we normally advise farmers to use Nielsen Plus.
Oh, Nielsen Plus.
Yes, for Nielsen Plus, you get the body weight of the animal, you divide by 2 to get the amount of dosage of Nielsen Plus which will give to the animal.
Okay.
Yes.
Remember, when giving Nielsen Plus for deworming, get the weight of the animal, divide that number by 2, and you'll get the milliliters you should give. If it's 200 kilos, divide by 2. You get 100. Give the animals 100 milliliters of Nielsen Plus.
The people here which are buying across us here, they come and weigh the cow with eyes. If they come here at my farm now, I take the band, now put it at the shoulder of the cow and I say, Mister, this my cow weighs 250. So let's now start bargaining from here.
With the expert's advice, a shape-up was needed, and we added some feed troughs and salt buckets.
Another thing to think about when bringing up a healthy herd is fodder, how you harvest it and store it. Joseph,
Yeah,
I've been looking for you all over.
I was around here.
You'd gone to look for grass.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I've been walking around. I have searched around. I've not even seen one blade of grass. Where are you getting grass?
I get from far end, this area. 7 to 8 kilometers.
7 to 8 kilometers to
Yeah,
get grass.
to cut grass. I bring it here, I store it on my stores here.
Like even those ones,
Like these ones
they
here.
are stored.
Yeah, I've stored them there.
Okay.
And that far end, there's another store.
All right, I'll be back.
Okay, sawa.
With a small shamba, dry weather conditions and a changing climate, Joseph has many challenges with fodder. To help him with this, we have called in Dr. Jesse from Ilri. When did it last rain?
It is about now 3 years.
3 years.
Doesn't rain
At all. So, Jesse, with the climate change and everything that has been going on, global warming and
Yes,
all that,
yes.
so there are times you'll find lots of grass.
Yes.
You don't even know the next time the rain is going to come. You don't know
Yes.
when you're going to get more grass.
Yes.
What does a farmer do?
When you have excess fodder, when it rains, so what you need to do is store it. And there are 2 ways you can do that. So you can either make silage or you can make hay. And the type of fodder I see you have is suitable for making hay. For this type of grass, the best stage to harvest is when it's at most 30% flowering.
Harvest the grass when 1 in 3 plants has flowered. This is the best time to harvest.
Because when it grows so much, you end up having more stems than the leaves. And that way, the nutrient content goes down. And number 2, you need to dry that grass. When you wilt it well, it will still retain its green color, okay? And that way, the nutrients are still intact. For instance, if you take that grass and bend it, if it doesn't break, then it means there's still some water you need to lose. So when it's ready for storage, at least when you bed the stem, it should at least break. This grass that you are storing up here should not be there because it should be stored under a shade where there is no direct sunshine. And in case of rain, it's not rained on. So if you see the color of this one, it has completely turned it to brown. Number 2, it should be on a raised platform, not on the ground as I see. And then once you raise it, make sure that you control things like pests or rodents like rats. So you raise it and you put those control measures on the posts. The other thing, it should be secure or safe from animals like this or maybe stray animals from the wild. These animals are eating these grasses. They also defecate here, which is a wastage. Yeah? The other thing is that there should be enough air that is circulating. Like now what I've seen here is that you've really stacked it too much. Don't be surprised to remove some of the grass and find it's hot inside and some of it is even turning to manure decomposing. And then secure it from direct sunlight. You can maybe put like a polythene curtain or something so that it's not getting direct sunlight from the side. And then also protect it from rain as much as possible. And then also remember, even the way you are stacking your grass is even put in some good order.
Keep the fodder in sections that you can access from one entrance. Fill one section and feed from that section as you fill the rest. Move in order until done. Yes.
I've learned enough.
Okay.
Food security is very important. And in this case, since you're talking about our animals, they need feed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we need to secure feed for them throughout the whole year, whether it rains or not. Joseph has stored some of his grass on the rooftop. This is not good as the harsh sun will make it lose all its nutrients. Some of the grass in the shade has started rotting and molding. This can be very dangerous to the health of the animal. Fodder should be stored in a well-aerated shade, away from direct sunshine and rain. Keep away other animals to keep the grass safe for feeding. With that, Kamau got some help and we got to clearing out the grass in order to rebuild the shade properly.
Coming up after the break, we learn more about the weather and discover Joseph's other shamba, which is extremely green and fertile.
Welcome back to Shamba Shape Up. In this section, we get to understand how the weather behaves in different areas.
And we help Joseph solve some serious challenges with his goats.
Goats do well in regions that are dry and can be a good animal to diversify against climate change.
Joseph has some challenges with his goats. They are a big source of income for him. So we brought in Derek Rieger, a livestock expert, to help him improve his herd.
Why are goats important when you consider climate change?
The goats do not consume a lot of feed compared to other animals. For instance, cows need bulk of grass, but goats need just a little amount. And also their maturity is faster compared to the other animals.
Ah,
And now that there is a change in climate, we always suggest that farmers do reduce their stock number to a manageable number so that they can easily access feed and water.
For goats, it's advised to keep a herd of 6 to 10 animals per acre of pasture.
so now Joseph,
Yeah.
what is your main challenge?
Diseases. Like the one I have experienced here, the skin of the goats have some wounds.
So what have you been doing about the diseases?
I used maybe to go in the center there and the aggravate. They give me some medicine. I came and inject them.
The same thing you do.
The same thing I do.
Yes. Dr. Joseph, would you encourage Joseph and other farmers to treat their livestock themselves?
No, it's not advisable that a farmer treats the animals because he can inject the wrong drug which may become fatal to the animal.
Yes.
There's also cases of overdosing.
Yes.
We also have something we call the withdrawal period. He may inject today and he will want to slaughter it tomorrow. Yet maybe it is written that the withdrawal period is 20 days. That's why we don't advise the farmers to treat for themselves. From looking at the goats, I've realized that there is a disease we call the goat pox, which is saying that it has wounds.
How did you treat them?
Bought a drug called ivermectin,
What else did you give them?
dexazone.
That's a wrong drug of choice. It means that now the disease, it has just disappeared for now, but it may erupt and cause some more problems in the herd.
You just treated the symptoms.
Oh, just the symptoms.
The disease is
Is
still
there.
Farmers, it is very important that you do not treat sick animals yourselves, but consult a qualified veterinary doctor or officer.
It's always advised also, if you can identify a sick animal in your farm, try and separate it.
Oh, you separate it.
Yeah, we always call it, you quarantine it from the others.
Ah,
Yeah.
I'm clear.
You're clear?
Yeah.
Okay. What exactly is goat pox?
Okay, goat pox, it's a viral disease that affects the goats.
Derek went on to explain that goat pox being a viral disease, the goats needed an antibiotic injection, ointment for the skin, until the symptoms disappear. Once healed, they are vaccinated against goat pox.
All right, what else have you observed?
The house is too open. They are exposed to a lot of wind and cold.
The animals needs to be secure from the weather.
Yeah, the floor has a lot of manure, the feces and also urine is there. It produces a lot of ammonia. The ammonia is harmful because it reduces the amount of oxygen that this animal is breathing in. Also, the accumulation of manure can lead to external parasites, for instance, the fleas.
Remember, ensure that the shed is always cleaned to avoid building up of dung that can bring about pests, diseases, or large amounts of ammonia. It is important to have a good herd management to get the most out of your animals.
Okay, now, Joseph, how long have you been keeping some of these goats?
8 to 10 years.
There's a goat here 10 years old.
Yeah.
For your farm to make business sense, ensure you sell your meat goats when they are about 11 to 12 months for best production weight.
So you need now to follow what the expert has said so that you get a very, very good market.
Yeah.
All right? And a good price. Thank you so much, Derek.
There was a lot of work to be done, tons of dung to be removed. Meanwhile, Kamau was hard at work preparing the fodder store. The floor came up first. Then the walls with spaces for airflow. Then the roof. And finally, a curtain to protect from the sun and rain.
Welcome to the Shamba Shape Up Weather and Farming News for Kenya. In the coming week, most of Kenya will see good levels of rains, apart from the eastern regions, which will have very little rains. North, upper and lower eastern, including Mandera, Wajir, Isiolo, Kitui, Makueni and Turkana, will receive less than 15 millimeters of rains across the week. However, the eastern parts of Garissa, Meru and Tharaka will get moderate to very high levels of rains from between 25 to 115 millimeters of rains across the week. The coastal counties cutting across Tana River, Kilifi, Mombasa and Kwale will get little to high levels of rains of up to 50 millimeters of rains across the week. Lamu will see very high levels of rains ranging between 50 to 115 millimeters of rains in the week. Central Kenya counties such as Nyandarua, Nyeri, Murang'a and Laikipia, as well as Nairobi and Kiambu will see high levels of rains starting at 25 millimeters, with some counties getting up to 115 millimeters of rains across the week. The North, Central and South Rift Valley will also receive high levels of rains of between 25 and 75 millimeters. This includes Trans Nzoia, Uasin Gishu, Samburu, Kericho, Nakuru and Narok. Western and Nyanza regions will see moderate to high levels of rains of between 25 to 75 millimeters of rains across the week. This spans across counties of Busia, Kakamega, Vihiga to Siaya, Kisumu, Nyamira, Kisii and Migori. Farmers, do not feed your cattle fresh fodder during this wet period. Allow the fodder to wilt in the sun or mix with dry feed such as hay to avoid them bloating. Sell or preserve vegetables from your kitchen garden if you have more than your family needs. To preserve, wash and dry them in the sun. For more hygienic drying, there are some affordable solar dryers in the market. For more tips and detailed forecast for your area, get in touch with Shamba on 0711 082 606. I am Brenda. See you next week on the Shamba Shape Up Farming News for Kenya.
Those early days, it was not as today. There was grass in the farms, but when the rain stops, there was a very big problem.
This area is dry and doesn't receive much rain. But then again, 10 kilometers from here could be much greener and could be receiving rain. How is that? Kenya has different weather traits in various zones. These can differ even on the county level. The weather of a place is determined by various things: hills, valleys, closeness to the sea or a lake, forest cover, and wind. When looking at the weather forecast, do not just listen to the overall country forecast. It is important that you get the forecast down to your ward level. To better understand weather patterns, we called in our friend Morage from the Meteorological Department. Morage,
Yeah, look.
what do you think of this place?
Garden of Eden.
Garden of Eden, exactly. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Bananas, mangoes, it's all green. This is just amazing.
Yeah.
And it's quite baffling because the other Shamba is just about 6-7 kilometers away.
Yeah, exactly.
And it is so dry.
It's so dry.
And we just can't understand how is it possible that two places within the same vicinity can have different type of weather.
The water in this catchment, that you can see that there is a river, several rivers, you have a microclimate, which is totally different from the ones where you are residing.
The presence of a mountain or hill affects the rain through wind. The windward side, where the wind is coming from, will have more rain than the opposite leeward side. Lakes and large water bodies cause convectional rain when water evaporates, forming clouds that come down as rainfall. Areas with forest cover also tend to get more rainfall as trees release vapor, causing clouds that come down as rain.
This is a very good example at that small scale. But even in the whole country, we have different regions. I had developed a copy for
you are ready for us with a map?
Yes. Joseph, can you tell us where is Taita Taveta from that map?
Taita Taveta is around here.
Good. Taita Taveta now, it has the same climatic zone, some part of it, the same with the Kitui, Makueni, and the Lower Kajiado. So you have to know your area. Now, if we zero in now on Taveta, in that area, how we classify them is that we have what we call agroecological zone.
Even at county level, there'll be different zones receiving different amounts of rainfall. meaning what you grow in one area will be different from the other.
Because of the distance, have you ever considered layering the animals on this area?
During rain season,
Yep.
you can't be comfortable at this area. You can't.
You can be wiped out.
Yeah.
Because now we are in agribusiness, what I would advise, because we are doing well on these bananas and whatever, you may consider purchasing a piece of land near this area which does not do flooding. Because the cost of now transporting this up there, it is eating to your profit. Yep.
That can do. These terms of weather, what can I do at this area and the other one?
So the other area is where now, like your homestead, you do to enhance rainwater harvesting. Your house, you install gutters. Kenya Meteorological Department decentralizes services where you have forecast at the county level. And through the Shamba, you will get in your phone the weekly forecast. This is what will inform you when to plant. And also when is your farm likely to be flooded. Joseph?
Yes.
To be climate resilient, use the weather forecast.
Joseph?
Yes.
Do you know about Shamba?
No, I don't.
Shamba is Shamba Shape Up's call center, where a farmer calls and finds experts who are going to help them understand everything agriculture.
Call 0711 082 606. A lot has happened on Joseph's farm. The fodder shed has had a complete makeover. It's now properly raised. It is protected from wind and rain, and there are enough spaces to keep it aerated.
The cows now have water troughs and a constant supply of salt. The goat shed was covered in tons of manure and is now clean and free of the strong ammonia smell. And Joseph has a big supply of manure for his Shamba.
I see the place now looks beautiful.
We can now breathe in.
Hey, we can now breathe.
Is there any smell of ammonia?
The ammonia, no now. The goats here, they are now comfortable. The manure was so high, you could not see this post here.
So what's the next destination now?
Let's check whether the fodder has been stored well.
Oh, yes.
Let's go see that.
Here we are.
The place now looks beautiful.
Yes.
The fodder now is safe, well organized, well placed. You see, these are the one I brought early. These, they were before ones.
Yeah.
They are now in order.
In order. So you'll start with this
I
one.
started the old one.
Okay, let's go. Let's go this way.
Here are your cows.
Yes.
Look at them.
Do you like
Do you see now the cow how they are enjoying? What I can say to the Shamba Shape Up group, the way they have trained me how to deal with my Shamba, I am very happy. I am sure I will improve.
Wow. This is the amazing Tokiti family. Yes. And we are the Shamba Shape Up family.
Yes.
So our Shape Up has come to an end.
Would you like us to come back again? Yes. When do you want us to come back again?
Next month.
Next month?
We are going to be here.
We're going to be here.
The amazing goat meat that we had.
Yes. Yes.
We will never forget that, okay? So now, if you'll allow us, we need to also go and visit other Shambas. So we see you next time. All right?
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.